At Bio, we are always developing all our juicing range. We've had the Mark V Big Bio, we've recently launched the Bio Juice Bar and are now on the Mark III model of that. And now we are now moving into the bottling machines, filling machines. We're now releasing the Biobottler. The Biobottler, as you can see, has a really large hopper, 40 kilogram hopper. The Biobottler can basically fill from 0 to 1200 milliliter bottle sizes. The bottles we're using in today's demonstration is a 500 milliliter bottle. It can roughly do, depending on bottle size, between 0 and 30 bottles a minute. The reason we have launched the Biobottler is because it's a natural progression in our juicing range. Once we've pressed in our Mark V or our juice bar, we can simply pour the juice into the hopper, and the Biobottler will just basically press each bottle quickly into the bottle. It's fully basically air pressure. It uses air pressure and it has a compressor underneath. So there's no other electrics apart from obviously the compressor needs to be plugged in. Once up to pressure, the pneumatic arm will just basically push each one in, speeding up your juicing productivity instead of doing it manually and pouring each one in. The reason we're launching the Biobottler is because some of our bigger clients are needing to bottle faster, and the natural progression is to come into the bottling, having a bottler on site with your Bio. Ideally, it would probably suit more the Bio Mark V purely because of yield. So you would be able to come from your Mark V, which is what we've done. We've just pressed on the Mark V. We have our juice ready, and we're going to pour it into the hopper and demonstrate how the Biobottler works today. We're now going to demonstrate how the Biobottler works. We simply first plug the actual compressor in, and we operate the compressor by turning it on the top switch. To set the pressure, we use the black pressure knob on the left here. Once your pressures are set, we then take our juice from the Bio. On this occasion we've used the Bio Mark V. We've used a recipe of beetroot, cucumber, pineapple, and a lot of other ingredients. As you can hear now, and you should be able to hear me clearly, the air compressor has reached its pressure. Once the air compressor has reached its pressure, it will maintain the pressure in the Biobottler. So the compressor is not always on. The compressor that we actually supply with the Biobottler is actually a good tank size, so that you're not always having the noise of the compressor running. We slightly oversized it so that it basically contains the air longer in the system, so the compressor is not always running and creating noise. So once the juice that we've just pressed is now into the bottler, we place the lid back on, and we're ready to now bottle. The Biobottler has two features. You can either manually do the bottler by a foot pedal here, so the foot pedal can easily operate it. So if you want to operate it manually, you can, which will obviously, you press the pedal and it will produce each fill. Now, to adjust the Biobottler, we've already calibrated it to our bottle size of 500 millilitres. When you order a Biobottler, obviously we will calibrate it to your size for you, and in another video in a minute we will show how you can adjust the pressures coming in and out of the piston to your bottle, and making sure that it's not too powerful and overspinning. So we've already calibrated this for this video. I'm now going to demonstrate bottling in the two modes. So basically the Biobottler can either do it manually with the foot pedal, or for a speedier more productive method, you can switch to the automatic. Like I said, we've calibrated the Biobottler on this demonstration. So this is a 500 milliliter bottle. You can place it on. Obviously the bottle holder is actually adjustable to your bottle size. And then we simply use the pedal at the bottom here. And you can see it will just suddenly, off we go, nicely filled. And just stop perfectly at the top. And obviously we can put the lid on. This juice was made today on the Bio Mark 5. You can see if that was a product on a shelf. I'm not sure what the camera can see, but obviously it's a nice dark consistency. There's no kind of pulp or any bits in there. But that was done with a medium coarse bag, so we can even get that more finer if we wanted to on our bios. This was done on a Bio Mark 5, the flagship model. Now I'm going to demonstrate, obviously on the automatic mode we don't need the pedal. So I'm going to move the pedal out of the way. Obviously have our bottle here. One of the bottles ready. Obviously your Biobottler would be in a production line, and later on down the line we are looking at developing a way of interconnecting each of our range of juicers and bottlers. And we are looking into HPP for 2017. Affordable HPP machines, as a lot of clients are now inquiring about HPP. So eventually we will have a bigger product range for any kind of juicing business. Right, to go in automatic mode, there's a switch at the front. You have an emergency stop for any kind of situation where the machine needs to stop. The same as our bios, they have emergency stops as standard. This one you can just hit the same and it will obviously cloud the machine. Now I'm in a manual mode for the pedal, so I simply, as soon as I switch, the machine's already calibrated, it's going to go. So I'm now going to demonstrate, hopefully. So we have the first bit. She then uses the air pressure to bring out, and then you're going to have about 4 seconds or so to switch to the next bottle. And obviously off you go. You can obviously, you can see there, it's about 4 seconds, which is what I've calibrated for this demonstration. Obviously if you wanted it faster, you can obviously calibrate it to go faster, and obviously we would advise you and help you to get it right. I'm going to switch it back to manual now because obviously I've got one more bottle, so we will just switch it back to automatic. So I'm not using any foot pedal at all, the machine's doing it on its own. Switch it back to manual, or obviously use the emergency stop, and you can see now quite quickly I've done, well, the original bottle was there, but 4 bottles fairly quickly. Now obviously if I really tweaked my gappage in between bottles, I could get it down a little bit smaller gap and speed up production. So yeah, so you can buy the Biobottler, you can buy the Bio Mark 5 or the Bio Juice Bar from us. You can see the quality of juice is perfect, and like on previous videos, our bios are perfectly customizable to your product, to your recipe, changing grinder speed, changing press speed, changing the bags or the blades. But yeah, we're getting much better juice results now for all our machinery, and now we've got the Biobottler added to the range. So if you're interested in the Biobottler or any of our range, please contact us today. You can do that via the internet, or the website is www.biocoldpressjuicer.com, or you can simply call us on 01202 519 979, or you can email us at southcateringfabrication@gmail.com. We always encourage any of you to come down and press any of our products, press your recipe. I've pressed today with a customer who's very happy with the outcome, and we always invite you to come down. We will help you with any travel arrangements, collect you from any train station, airport, because we feel before you want to buy something, you really want to get your hands on it, test it and see the results. As you can see here, I can now press on my juices, and I can then bottle, and I can do all of this fairly quickly. So anyway, I look forward to speaking to you soon, and hopefully I will meet you here for you to press yourself. Thanks.